Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis. You got a laugh. What's up?
Yeah, like it's not as funny as it usually.
It's hilarious.
It's not even funny. It's stupid as shit.
I went to a baseball game with my grandson, and we almost caught a fly ball, but some asshole stepped on my cunt lips.
All right.
And my grandson's cock.
It's the Neon Nightcast podcast.
So we need to at least make it interesting for the first 20 seconds. And when Eric says shit like that right off the top, people are just clicking away.
It's the Neon Nightcast podcast. I'm Michael Thrax. That's Garrett Zagri. And that's Eric, the doctor, the soybean. Always a pleasure, he's supposed to say.
I forgot about that this time.
Yeah, we're back. Season 2, Episode 6. We're going strong, boys. Going strong.
Yeah.
We got a pretty hot show for you tonight. Is it hot?
Not much about video games.
It's not much about pop culture. We're gonna talk a lot about addiction.
We're just gonna honestly, we're just talking about like.
And these
I feel like the show has moved away from pop culture to more to just current events.
Current events, yeah. But we're gonna talk mostly about addiction. Two kinds of addiction that probably haunt all of us listening to this.
Yeah, the first one people have probably heard of because it's been in the news quite a bit.
Video game addiction? I haven't heard anything about it.
The World Health Organization just recently, like I think this week, classified gaming disorder as a mental health condition. It's basically video game addiction.
Yeah, but it's just like I know there are some people that can't not play video games, but I play video games because I want to. Like,
and people who smoke crack smoke it because they want to. Doesn't mean they're not addicted.
Yeah,
no, but like as it being a hobby, it's like, is going out and partying, is that an addiction?
I think it's
reading books?
It's some kind of addiction.
Is that an addiction?
Yeah, books aren't an addiction really.
Because I don't think you'll find many people who are willing to like see that when something becomes there are people, right? And I know some people like this who, instead of like going out with friends, they'll be like, "No, I got to stay home and play this video game." I don't think there's anybody who's like, "No, I got to stay home and read this book."
Yeah, addiction causes like some kind of direct some kind of negative effect on you personally. So addiction has this root negative effect on you.
Yeah.
So video game addiction is, you don't want to go out, you stay in, you play for like 10 hours a day, and
you shit into a sock during a raid. That's what
I want to talk about. So I also put in the Discord where we throw our ideas around, a girl pissing in her pants because there was a 9-year-old who played Fortnite for 10 hours a day, even though her parents like said, "Oh no, you're only gonna get an hour during school nights, 2 hours on the weekend."
Mm-hmm.
But like she would sneak around and play it more. Like we've all been there. We've all snuck around and played video games more. But she was playing 10 hours a day on top of going to school.
See, that's when you need a strong father figure like Hank Hill to just be like, "Is that a video game?" And then he just takes it.
I don't know, like how the fuck
hold on.
A 9-year-old girl playing 10 hours of Fortnite, is it really that fucking fun? I was bored with it. I don't think
so, but again, it's addiction because the reason her parents found out about it was because her dad found her sitting on a urine-soaked cushion on their couch.
Oh god.
That is, I mean, obviously that's like a perfect case for addiction. I can't think of a
I think
phrase,
that's pretty extreme a case.
Yeah, it is extreme. But there are other cases like that too, where people.
Well, there's the guy that died playing
in China.
WoW.
Yeah, in China, like fucking gold miners spend hours upon hours. They don't fucking eat. They literally only get up to shit and piss.
Yeah.
So yeah, like video games obviously addiction. Although the gold miners is a different case because like
it's a job.
they're forced to, and yeah, it's their job.
Yeah.
And you know they only make money based off how much gold they farm. But
There's gold in that there code.
Okay, but how shitty are those parents? Like, I know she's like sneaking around and playing Fortnite, but like,
Dude, that's what I said. You need somebody to just be like, "There's no more video games."
like clearly they're not that observant of their child. If
I mean,
she's
I
getting
feel like
away playing 9 more hours than she's supposed to a day.
yeah, that is true. Like, because it's very easy to put fucking parental controls on video games these days, on consoles these days.
Consoles and
So yeah, there is a
computers
bit of parental neglect possibly on this case also.
I fully think so. Like,
yeah.
You don't talk to your kid for 10 hours?
Yeah.
She's a 9-year-old girl.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to defend the parents so we can have both sides of the story. But I mean, yeah, unless like the kid's just like playing at night when they're asleep. I don't know.
Yeah. But it
She
kind of
said
seems like
she's supposed to be. She said she's studying, and then she's just playing games. I
it
don't
kind
know,
of seems
but-
like he like walked into the living room, smelt urine, and he was like, "What are you doing?" She's like playing
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah, they're just sat next to her, and it's like I just sat and piss.
I think I've been addicted to video games. I think at this point in my life, though, like there are days where I want to go out, and I either go out or plans don't come through, and I stay home or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think I just enjoy playing video games. There's a lot of times where I'm like at home and I'm not playing video games. I'm just like watching YouTube or TV or some shit.
Yeah. So this was also discussed on the Phil DeFranco podcast or Phil DeFranco show. And I've already said I get a lot of my ideas from him. This one actually wasn't because he talked about this fucking today, and I fucking wrote this shit in here like last week.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about this, and then Phil DeFranco does it, so it makes it look like I even stole more of my ideas from him. But anyway, he made a good point about there was a survey that came out and said Americans on average spend 5 hours a day watching TV, just watching TV. So when does television become an addiction also?
Why
Because,
is that not
that's
an addiction?
35 hours a week, and in other cases, like some people said they were addicted to video games, playing 20 hours of video games a week.
Yeah, so
Which 20 hours of video games is not that much. Like
I don't think so compared to that 35 of watching
I feel like
TV. Is TV not a problem because it's just such a staple in like North America?
I feel like it might be
No,
because whenever you think of like hobbyists, whenever like people spend 20 hours a week on their hobbies, right?
Yeah.
And some people, for some reason, people don't view video games as hobbies.
Well,
even though they are.
People used to talk about TV addiction all the time in the 90s. It's just that now, I guess, the internet
The
and
new
Okay,
hot
so now it's just-
topic is
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think that's a topic that's been touched on before. But a lot of things I find with people too, which might make a difference, is a lot of people, they'll have the TV on, but they're not necessarily just sitting there watching it. They'll be doing something else at the same time.
Yeah, just use it as background noise. Because honestly, like, whenever I was cooking today, I turned on Twitch and I didn't watch like a minute of it, but it was on for like 2 hours.
Right. So maybe some of these people who are saying, oh, I watch 35 hours of TV a week. It's like, yeah, maybe the TV's on for 35 hours a week, but how much of that time are you spending there, sitting there watching it, doing nothing else?
Well, my argument always is like, okay, like I go home and I watch TV while I play video games, but I'm also always in Discord talking to you guys and our other friends. So at least I'm being social. All the people at my work that don't play video games, all they basically they go home. If they're not going out to party, they sit at home and they fucking watch Netflix and they like look on Instagram on their phone.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's
at
another
least-
thing. Like,
at least
Netflix
I'm
and
being-
binging has become a thing. So
At least I'm being social. At least I'm like, I guess having a hobby because I'm like working at my WoW character. But like they just go home and they sit in the fucking dark room watching Netflix for 9 hours. Why is that better?
I would argue that social media is an addiction as well for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
We've already talked about how much we all hate like Instagram, and I was even looking at it today, and it's just
I love Instagram.
I like it because I look at the pretty girls, but at the same time, like I look at them and I'm like how much of their day is like taking pictures of themselves to post on fucking Instagram.
Some of them do get sponsors that way too, so you could like
they want to get
Instagram. Job. Like you could view that as them doing their job.
Yeah. I just or all these pictures I always see of like a couple on like the end of a dock and they're like kissing. I'm like, who's taking this picture? Like, who's just, like, following this person around with a fucking camera?
Yeah, they brought somebody out there just to...
take a picture of them. I hate it.
Yeah.
I like taking pictures, good memories or whatever, but I even while we were on vacation, like, it's not my first thought to come to my head to be like, I need to take a picture, and then I need to post this. I posted 2 pictures the last time we were on vacation, and then I was posting a third one, and I was like, I don't need to do this. Who am I doing this for?
Yeah, see, I kind of feel the same way. It's like all the people I care about knowing were there, or it's like I'd send a couple pictures to maybe my parents or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like some people, these social media addicted people, it's like anything they do, they don't really like... They care about what they're doing, but what's even more important to them is that they're seen doing this thing.
Yeah. Oh,
by their followers.
Like so many of these people on my Facebook and stuff, they're like protesters, and it's just like when they go out to their protest, it's like
that's like their official job. Yeah, it's protester.
It's like 10 million snaps of just like people standing around and speeches and blah blah blah, and it's like. I think you're just kind of doing this to just show off that, like, this is what you're into. You think this is cool. You're showing off what you're doing.
Yeah.
This also kind of goes into another topic that we were brought up in our Discord. So a rapper, Tentacion. He died recently. Very sad.
I didn't see. I mean, no one should get fucking gunned down in the street, but he was also kind of an asshole.
I didn't like his music, but the thing that like always bothers me with every celebrity death is I always find that people try to make it about themselves, or they try to get some kind of pity, some kind of drama or attention from it. It's always like there's so many people on my Snapchat, on my Instagram feeds, posting about him, and it's like I don't think we really all that cared that much about him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hadn't heard of him until like maybe in the last like 2 months, and what I did hear about him was him like beating fans and being abusive, and just being a general asshat. So
why are we crying?
I mean, again, I don't think anyone should just get gunned down in the streets.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But, I mean, whenever you don't even know him, you've never been to a concert, you maybe listen to 2 or 3 of his songs, and you're posting R.I.P. XXX Tentacion. Like,
yeah, like, yeah.
What's the reason for that?
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, you listen to, like, 4 of his songs on your fucking Spotify shuffle. Do you really need to post about it to have your friends be like, oh, I know, like, we're so sad about it.
First we lost Kurt, then Tupac, now this.
Now XXXTentacion.
Like, whenever, I forgot the actor, but the guy that played Martin Crane in,
John
Fraser.
Something,
Yeah, John
No
Maloney,
one cared.
I think.
Yeah.
No one made posts about that.
I know that Benjamin Babish, he's a huge Fraser fan. He made a like RIP to him.
Yeah.
In one of his videos after it happened. But like again, like yeah, no one's doing RIP to him Like,
he's not.
I guess it's because it's not pop culture. So I guess
He's not super
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't.
base, but it's like
super relevant.
It's like us Frasier fans weren't like just posting it everywhere. R.I.P. You know.
Yeah, I love
He's not
Frasier,
some-
but I'm not gonna make a post about it because it's like
Kelsey's
I don't
not-
know him.
He's not some idiot who melts down Skittles and sticks them to his teeth or whatever the fuck that one moron does. You guys know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
That is the stupidest, goofiest looking human being I've ever seen in my life.
That's Grills, Eric.
I know it's not the guy who
What are
died.
you talking about?
No. The things in his mouth, it's Grills. It's not Skittles.
Well, I'm making a joke because
Okay,
he wears
okay.
grills that are.
Hey,
like
I don't know what you
rainbow-colored.
know. I don't know what you know, Eric. I think that's a pretty fair thing to explain because you don't know a lot of these new things.
Eric does not keep up with the world.
Anyways, like,
You're right. I don't care about SoundCloud rappers.
okay, like, yes, there are certain celebrities that I think I would be upset about. I think, yes, if the guy, I can't think of his name, the guy that plays Frasier.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I think if he died, I'd be a little upset. Would I post about it on social media? I don't think so because no one fucking cares.
What about Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I'd be pretty sad.
What about Aubrey Brooks?
I don't know who that is.
Captain Cisco, you fuckhead.
I don't know, man. I guess I just sound like an asshole saying this stuff, but like,
I don't think so.
It's not like the world cares, but like no one fucking cares that you posted this on your Snapchat story. No one cares.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you don't have to do it, and I guess because I'm not into it anymore, but maybe I'm just out of the loop of social media. Like maybe I don't get it.
Maybe they think they're showing respect in some weird way, but
guys, it's called respect.
RESPECT. You know what it means to me.
Like I don't know. You don't know them, so you don't have to. I don't know. Who am I? Who am I to say?
You're no one. You're no one.
It's like if the Subway guy, Jared Fogle, if he died, would we cry or would we be happy?
Mike, no one would be sad if he fucking died.
But he's a celebrity.
Okay, so was fucking Charlie Manson. People were sad when he died, probably though.
Probably.
Because he had a fucking weird cult following, but Jared Fogle doesn't have that cult following.
I just wanted to bring up Jared Fogle because
you have the worst segues. Like
that's pretty smooth.
No, it was pretty shit.
That's pretty smooth. At least I tried. Not just changing his. Anyways, I recently saw this this woman. I don't know if it was like his wife or his girlfriend or like a coworker or something. She went on Dr. Phil. I only saw this short clip. She went on Dr. Phil and she had like a recording of a conversation that they had, and she's like trying to like get him to talk about like children. And she's like, oh, like what about them? Like, what's the best age? And he's like, oh, like middle school. They're just getting horned up and like ready to explore and all. And he's so creepy. And it was just so weird to hear like this Subway guy talk that way.
Yeah, and it's still really weird to a lot of people, I think, because 5-10 years ago, you never would have thought that he was. I mean, why would you have any reason to believe he was like that?
Yeah,
he was just some goof who got famous for losing weight for eating sandwiches.
The more I find out about this story, it's just like he's just more and more of a monster.
I mean, I don't see how I could have a worse opinion of him in my head. Like, it's already pretty bad. Like, it's as dark as it can go. Like, Larry Nassar bad, which was the guy that molested and raped like hundreds of gymnastics girls.
Jesus Christ. Was he like a trainer?
Yeah, he was like the head gymnastics trainer. And it was like I think it was like an open secret around there too, like that he was doing this to girls. And like it was young girls too. Like whenever you do gymnastics, like he was the Olympic gymnastics trainer.
Yeah.
So it was like super young girls. Yeah. And it was like, I'm pretty sure his victims hit like 146 or something like that.
Holy Jesus. Oh,
Yeah,
but like
so he went to prison for life.
Like the
Is going to
what, like
life.
it's an open secret as like the parents know, but they want their kid to become famous.
No, not that the parents know, that the university that he worked at knew and was covering it up.
Ugh.
Yeah, so the university, I think it's Michigan State. Yeah, Michigan State.
That's like that
is now like their gymnastics program is like gone. Like they can't have a gymnastics program now.
That's like the Penn State guy.
Oh, Sandusky.
Yeah.
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 There are a lot of fucking disgusting creeps in this world.
Yeah. It's like what came first in their mind? Do they want to work with kids and young adults to like work with kids and young adults and then they molested them, or did they get into that trait or that profession
I think
just to molest?
I think probably the second one.
Wow.
Well, that's my theory, anyways.
See, that's this. I don't know. That's a lot of fucking commitment just to molest kids. I mean,
you're like
Jared Fogle. I don't think he did it to molest kids. Like,
I don't think
yes.
I don't think
the subway guy. No.
And then he discovered this fetish of his. I think that's.
But I'm talking about like these people who get caught and they've chosen professions that like bring them close to kids. I think a lot of those people probably did choose that profession so that
like
they could,
religious ministers.
Yeah, do you think? Yeah, like I was just gonna bring it up. Like, do you think like all those like preachers or pastors or whatever, did they become that so they could get with kids, or like?
I think they became that because they thought the restrictions on being a priest and trying to live a holy life would, because they knew about their own like vices, so they would think, okay, if I do this, then I won't do it because I'll be with God and I'll be a priest that everyone looks up to, and I can't act that way. But then they end up realizing, oh wait, I can, and I can get away with it.
Yeah, because it's like human nature to like bust a nut. And like, so they get all horned up because they can't like be with an adult male or female, whatever you choose or whatever you want.
But it's not always adult. Oh wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I wasn't. I guess
I just mean like they can't get married to like someone that they their age. So then like, yeah, I guess they're around all these kids all the time and they're just so horned up that they do it.
A lot of priests, like the only, I think, religious organization that doesn't allow their pastors to get married is Catholics.
Yeah.
So all the other ones can get married and, marry, someone. And typically I feel like they do, and then they still, molest kids.
Well, sweet baby Jesus. I guess God is
sweet
really...
baby Jesus.
God really...
In my little diaper.
God really is dead.
So edgy.
Yeah,
damn.
Man, fucking edgelord, bro. Fuck.
Where's this podcast going?
Where is this podcast going? We used to talk about like Super Mario, and now we're talking about pedophiles.
Although this question was brought up in another podcast I listened to.
Oh.
Pedophiles. Do pedophiles have like the same innate urges? Like, are they born with the urges to like children, to lust after children, the same way a gay person is like born to lust after someone of the same sex?
I think they can both be true. I think it depends on the person.
From what I've gathered, from what I understand, it's basically like connections in their brain just connect children to wanting to like.
Yeah, so it's not their choice. Like
it's not their choice. It's like a sickness.
Yeah, so like with homosexuality is not a sickness.
No,
but
that's what we're
their
saying.
brains are wired differently than straight people. So yeah, so the only way, because like gay people, obviously they can, do whatever the fuck they want. They can, get married to the person of the same sex.
Yeah.
and live a fine life with only parts of society looking down on them, while pedophilia, like they have to be celibate their entire life.
I guess essentially, I think there are.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I did read something about that in it was like in some true crime book where they were talking about that. And basically there's a lot of like myths in the media about pedophiles and in pop culture. And apparently the type of person who's like exclusively attracted to kids and like not adults at all is very, very rare.
Okay.
Most of them they prefer kids, but they're also attracted to adults. And also the perception, like frequently in the media, they show a pedophile who basically they're into anything as long as it's a kid, boys and girls. That is actually the rarest type of pedophile. Typically you have pedophiles who identify as being straight and they go for girls, and then you have pedophiles who identify as being gay and they go for males.
Yeah.
Let's not just limit pedophiles to men.
Yeah, because women can be pedophiles.
No, and
too.
I was gonna say, and then it's the same thing with women. Female pedophiles, the ones who are lesbians go for girls, and the ones who are straight go for boys.
Yeah.
So,
but this perception that the media has that pedophiles are attracted to either boys and girls and only attracted to kids, apparently they do exist, but they're very, very rare.
I think a lot of them, it probably is like this sickness or this disconnection or crossed wire, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I think a lot of them, not a lot of them, but I'm sure there are ones that just don't even have that, and they're just doing it to do it. Because they're like,
see, I don't think that.
You think that every single person's had sex
not
with
every single person, but the vast majority.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like 99%.
Yeah.
Because I like to fuck a kid, man. That's
well,
just
not.
Yeah, let's just change the subject. It's fucking, it's nasty, man. I don't like thinking about that
so
shit.
We're talking about fucking. So let's you typed in porn addiction. Eric.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention. Well, I mean, we kind of moved on from the subject, but you were bringing up video game addiction, and apparently porn addiction is a very big thing now, especially obviously among men. And it can apparently have a lot of negative effects on your actual sex life, because basically, if you get too addicted to porn, you're getting, like when you watch porn, you're getting off watching people have sex, not having sex yourself. So if you get too used to that, it can make it harder for you like to be interested in or perform when you're actually having sex.
Becoming a porn addict is basically becoming a cuck.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could look at it that way, because because essentially, if you do it too much, you're rewiring your brain to get off to watching shit happen and not having shit actually happen to you.
I know.
Today I learned Mike's a cuck.
I kind of like. I don't want to get too much TMI or whatever, but like, yeah, it's really hard to stop. That's all really I want to say. I'm like,
well, I think with how available it is, I think everybody looks at porn sometimes. I think, everybody's got the internet. I'm sure everybody, women and men, sometimes looks at porn, but
how often is sometimes?
Well, I guess that's the thing. I mean, I guess it really depends on
how much porn is too much porn.
Yeah, how much porn is too much porn?
I'm gonna Google that. How much porn is addiction?
Because like I'm like 2 times a day. I feel like it's a lot.
Too much.
I always feel like it's like a problem.
I'm once a day. Is that too much?
I feel like
too much.
I feel like that's even too much.
Oh man!
Like as I get older, I just like feel like I'm like I like it.
Holy shit! What asshole.
is that?
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Some guy revving his like stupid motorcycle outside.
But as I get older, I'm just like,
oh no, I can't say that word. The South Park word.
Oh yeah. I just feel like it's like it is just becoming more and more of a problem, and I think porn has a higher negative effect on my social life than like video games does.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions, Mike. Do you spend far more time viewing porn than you originally intended?
Yes.
Are you unsuccessful in your efforts to stop or limit your consumption of pornography?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Has your time spent viewing pornography interfered or taken precedence over other personal and professional commitments, hobbies, and relationships?
I would say no.
Has viewing pornography caused significant problems in your intimate relationships?
No.
All right. Well, like the first two were kind of bad. But again, how do you limit your consumption of pornography?
Well, you just don't. You don't like maybe every time you feel like looking at it, you just say no. I'm not going to. I'm going to do something else.
What if you just like dry jerk it? Is that?
Wait, you use lube every time?
No, but I mean like
he means like
what I mean dry is like without washing. Using your spank bank.
I don't know. I feel like even that's bad for you. Somebody was telling me today, Anita was telling me today how like you're supposed to she's like taking some class on like Chinese medicine, and they believe that you're not supposed to masturbate because like it's like too much of your life essence.
What? Your dick's gonna fall off and you're gonna go blind?
No, it's like your life essence leaving you, and like it makes you be like lazy.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Like,
yeah, I mean, these are people who believe that like eating a tiger's dick will give you sexual powers.
I believe that it does make you lazy and less.
Okay, it might make you.
Because like if you jerk off all the time, you're so satisfied. I'm always satisfied, right? So I don't.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't. It's not. I don't like the wording. I guess you used of life essence, because that just sounds stupid to me.
That's how she worded it.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
And the episode of Zelda we were in.
Well, I mean, because back in the fucking 1600s, people thought like the main three bodily fluids, semen, blood, and bile, yeah, were like super, like the more you bled, the sooner you're gonna die. The more you ejaculate, the sooner you're gonna die. Because they actually thought that was like you had a tank of life, and you had those three fluids in it. And once that tank of life was out, you were dead.
Would they not piss and shit?
No, pissing and shitting was fine.
Yeah, because that's waste.
Oh,
it's
so what's
bile.
What's bile?
Vomit.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah.
I thought bile was like everything else, like piss, shit, vomit, and tears.
So bile, blood, and semen. And there was even this one story, I forgot, it might have been in Beowulf or something, where these witches get this guy to like sleep with them because they're trying to kill him. And it's because they think the ejaculation will shorten his lifespan. And at the end of the boat, because they're on a boat, and at the end of the boat ride, like apparently he's like this decrepit old man.
Because he just fucks so much.
Yeah, he just fucks so much, like he lost half of his life.
That's a good way to go, isn't it? Death by smoosh, or whatever.
Some hot witch babes. Hey, do you know why witches don't wear panties? So they got a way to grip the broom.
All right, yeah, we've all heard that one, Eric. Saying it makes it even cruder.
Yeah, and Eric just likes alienating audience members.
People are either gonna find Eric very charming or like.
Yeah, I'm sure people are either gonna love me or hate me. I feel like that'll be
Eric's fan base will be like the 12-year-old boys. Like he said, pussy cunt.
or like the Amy Schumer fans.
Yeah.
Ew! Don't compare me to fucking
Well, don't make fucking. You're making the same jokes, Eric. You're like the same jokes on like the same level of crudeness.
Amy
By the way,
Schumer
did you
terrible.
Did you guys ever notice that Ronda Rousey is basically like a hotter, cooler Amy Schumer?
Yeah,
like
they
she looks like an Amy.
So
She
similar,
looks like
dude.
yeah, she's like an Amy Schumer clone, but that's not an idiot.
I mean, she's in WWE now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why Eric likes her now. Eric hated her when she was talking all that
No, I
shit.
didn't.
Yeah, you did. When she was talking about
said,
how she was like,
yes,
I'm the greatest fighter ever.
Yes, I said that was stupid. You're right.
Yeah, now she's in WWE. No, she's cool, bro. She's my dog. She's my dog.
That's all right, Eric. You know, if he likes to like WWE chicks, you know.
Because she actually had like her debut match at WrestleMania was fucking actually like fantastic. It was a great fucking match of
Who'd she fight?
it was a mixed gender tag team match of Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Does Stephanie McMahon wear purple?
I think so. Yeah.
Is Stephanie McMahon maybe a slightly heavier woman?
No. What are you talking about? You don't know who Stephanie McMahon?
No, I don't, because I'm looking.
I think
at
she
a
wore
picture
black in that match, actually.
Okay, I'm looking at Stephanie McMahon now. The person in the video I was looking at, it was not Stephanie.
Oh, I think you're thinking of Nia Jax. She's like this chubby chick they have now.
Nia Jax. I mean,
Like NIA.
oh yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That was Nia Jax and apparently Ronda Rousey fought at some point, Eric.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because like Nia Jax is kind of like billed as like a tough chick, and that's obviously how Ronda Rousey is being promoted.
Yeah.
I just realized I've been muting myself on Discord to vape. I don't think that's gonna fucking mute me on the. I'm just gonna throw it away.
I told you to stop vaping.
Like, it's hard.
It's an hour. It's an hour, Mike.
Hey, Eric always smokes cigarettes.
Yeah, but that doesn't make as much noise.
Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry, viewers. I apologize.
Yeah, when
it won't happen
it's
again.
like.
Yeah, it's so
It
loud.
won't happen again. This is
That
my
won't happen again. Well, you're off the podcast, boy.
This is my official apology.
Well, hopefully they accept it.
You know, I'm showing a lot of humility right now, kind of like that new Gorillaz song.
Okay, that one was better. That one was better.
Right? Right? What did we think of the song?
I mean,
I know Eric hasn't heard it.
I have not listened to it. I haven't been paying attention to. Oh wait, no, I did listen to it. That's the one with Jack Black, right?
Yeah.
But see, you're mad because they took out Murdoch.
Okay, well, first let's talk about the song. And I think it's good. I like it more than most of the songs off of Humans. And
Yeah,
Humans
because-
was very disappointing to me.
Humans didn't have enough vocals from Gorillaz, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like
And
2D
you
barely
just-
sang.
Yeah, Humility 2D singing the entire way through it, basically.
And that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, because I love 2D. Like,
Mike's favorite is the one with no eyes and dreadlocks. I know that.
I mean, Murdoch doesn't really have dreadlocks.
First of all, yeah, like, so 2D has no eyes, and he does not have dreadlocks. My favorite
I'm
is
thinking 2D anyway.
Murdoch. And yes, first of all, Murdoch is in prison, and he's been replaced with a character from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Spike from the Green Gang. And
I thought his name was Aces or something.
maybe it's Ace. I thought it was Spike. Ace, Spike,
It's
same thing.
Ace.
Ace.
I'm looking at
okay,
it right now.
Sorry. So, the thing that I just, like, so there's been all these interviews and stuff that, quotes that I've seen from, like, the guy that made the Gorillaz, Damon. It's like, oh, like, if we could make him a permanent member, like I'd be totally down to do that. And there's all this stuff where, like, 2D says, like, I'm glad he's in prison. He was always mean to me and stuff. And I'm just like, Murdoch made the band. Murdoch is the Gorillaz. Like, you can't just...
No, Murdoch isn't the Gorillaz.
But he's, like, the founder. And, like, it makes me... He's my favorite, and it makes me mad because, like, if they don't bring him back, I'm going to be so mad. He has to... When they release the... I think what they're going to do is when they release the album, he'll be back.
So they made fake drama for this band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they always do that. Like, that's Gorillaz. Like,
That's
so
the
if you don't,
Gorillaz, yeah.
like, I feel like if you don't like that they did this, you're probably not gonna like Gorillaz, because like, I don't know,
They try to make them really like real, feel.
Yeah,
real.
they try to make the virtual characters as real as possible.
That's like how a couple years ago, you guys know Mike and Ike's, right? The candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had them have a fight.
They had them have a fight, and when you would buy packs, it would have either Mike or Ike scratched out on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, even like Noodle has her own Instagram, and like they'll take pictures of like famous places around the world and stuff, and like draw her in there.
Yeah, whenever they're touring, like they'll take a picture, and then they'll just like basically paste the Gorillaz, whichever band members they want, in the picture.
Yeah.
I guess it does make sense that they, have that to make it more interesting.
Yeah. It's part of their charm, I think. But free Murdoch. Like, why is he in jail? It makes me so mad. Like, it's cool that, like, there's, like, this crossover, because, like, I love crossovers, but why did it have to be my favorite band member?
Because Noodle's already been, like, fucked. Not, like, literally fucked, but...
Yeah, she was Cyborg Noodle.
Yeah, she was Cyborg Noodle for a long time. Russell, nothing ever really has happened to Russell, but he also never really talks.
See, yeah, Russell has that ghost in him as his, like,
yeah,
friend.
that demon thing.
Yeah.
And then, but the demon thing, doesn't it only come out whenever he, like, raps or something?
Something like that.
Russell Hobbs can invoke the souls of dead rappers from the fictional hip-hop canon.
So I guess, like, anytime there's, like, someone rapping in a Gorillaz song, it's, like, a ghost.
I guess, yeah.
That's pretty cool lore.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then 2D, like, lost his fucking eyes or some shit.
Murdoch got in a car accident with him or something, and his eyes popped out.
Oh, okay.
And, like, yeah.
Okay, he was involved in an accident where he fell from a tree and hit his head. This caused all his natural brown hair to shed. Eventually grew back a deep blue color.
Oh, interesting. He's just like a real human, but not a real human. Because he doesn't have eyes.
Well, it says that whenever Murdoch crashed his car, caused 2D to receive hyphema in his left eye and put him into a coma.
Jesus Christ, Murdoch's just like, he's just like this badass that does whatever he wants.
And then Murdoch again injured him, pulling off donuts in a car to impress a crowd of women, and 2D went crashing through the windshield of his car and fractured his other eye. So, and that was when he got the nickname 2D for the two dents in his head.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the story of 2D. I'm glad you guys tuned in to this podcast to
reading of a Wikipedia. Yeah. No, so yeah, I don't know. I'm excited because I'll always be excited for a new Gorillaz album. Like Humans, I did not like overall.
Humans was kind of disappointing.
But it
but again,
did
all
not.
The other shit has been good. Like they have to have a worst album.
It didn't like sully the taste for the Gorillaz for me.
Yeah, mostly because it's the same guy writing. Like Damon Albarn is the writer, like the musical genius behind the band.
Yeah.
Whereas Jamie Hewlett is the author, the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the same guys like this entire time for what 30 years now, 40 years maybe. They started in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, 90s for sure. They were so big.
Yeah, at least 25ish years. So they've been doing this for a while. Although the time gap between Humans and their other album.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it's called.
By the way, if you guys want to see something hilarious, search like it's something like I don't know, like worst talent show performance of Feel Good Inc. or like worst cover of Feel Good Inc.
Oh my god, I love that video.
Feel good.
Oh man, it's so bad. They're just like I think their problem is like they were really shy, and you can kind of tell that they're like holding themselves back.
Yeah, I definitely think that was part of it.
But it's
whenever you do a
bad.
song, you just got to go all out.
It's hard though.
No, that's when you just like, I don't give a fuck about these people. Like I just got to do me. And these people, I don't give a fuck what they think.
You just have to act like an Instagram thought and be like, "You do you, I'ma do me."
Well, people always tell me like they're like, "Oh, you're not shy at all," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I'm like the shyest person I've ever met in my life." Like,
you're not. Well, you're shy, but whenever you get to know someone, you're not, and you're very blunt. And
I'm kind of the same way, actually.
yeah,
it takes me a while to get comfortable with people, but then when I do, I just like let loose.
Yeah, I'm that way too, but I've started to grow out of that. I think I'm just trying to be more social with strangers, I guess.
Yeah, I've kind of had that thought too, that I should try to not take so long to open up to people.
Yeah,
but it is hard.
It is hard. It's like I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Same. Like I'd say I'm even better now than I was even 5 years ago.
I know a lot of times, like if there's like somebody new at work, I'm just like, "Oh, what's up?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Oh, they don't like me. I'm an idiot."
Well,
but then at the same time,
not wrong, but
at the same time, I really don't care what people think of me. So it's this weird duality of like,
yeah,
I care but I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs like to bury old junk.
Yeah, you stupid idiot.
Let's go stand in the alley behind my house and drink beer.
That sounds like a wonderful time, honestly.
Yep.
Hear that? Boy's got a corn on his foot.
That boy ain't right.
Well, that's an interesting question. Was that boy right, or was Hank just too hard on his kid?
Hank was not hard on Bobby. If Hank was hard on Bobby, Bobby would have had a much shittier life.
Do you think so? You think it was Bobby who was a fucking weirdo?
Yeah, Bobby's a total fucking weirdo, but he's also got a charm. Like, the weirdness gives him charm.
No, I think Bobby is just like trying to be a normal kid, but like he's just has so much pressure from his dad that he like comes off as being like a weirdo.
I was watching a fucking episode today, and he's like, "Oh yeah, she laughs whenever I make monkey noises." So he just goes up to this girl and starts making monkey noises.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's a fucking weird kid.
Yeah.
And then like he tries to get a job, and then realizes that begging for money is better, so he becomes a fucking beggar.
Well, that's just him being a dumb kid.
I guess, to an extent. But still, like, I think, Hank pressured him into certain, like, wanting him to be, you know, the all-American Texan kid, but that's not Bobby. And Hank eventually realizes that and is like, okay, well, whatever. Like, Bobby's gonna be Bobby.
But then on the last episode, they discover a mutual passion for meat.
Meat, yeah.
Well, who doesn't like meat?
For some
How is
reason,
that hard to find a mutual passion for?
For some reason,
vegans.
For some reason, Bobby can just tell different cuts because he's just been
just by looking at it,
listening to his dad talk for years.
Oh, I know people that like were in 4-H, which you guys probably don't know. It's like,
yeah, they don't have that here, I think. But go on.
Let me look what 4-H is. 4-H. It's just like an organization. Kids build their skills like responsibility, resiliency, and hard work, helping them to succeed in life. Basically, they just go into a different. I don't know. I was never in 4-H.
A different kind of school.
No, they don't go to a different kind of school. It's different, like recreational activities. That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh, okay.
And one of the activities was selling cuts of meat. Another one was like raising steer or goats or pigs, and then having them at the show, like now I can't think of it.
The fair.
The 4-H festival every year, and then you would make money. You would make fat cash off of your animals, but there was something about it. Maybe you got all the cash yourself, but anyway, a lot of the kids use that cash, to either go to college or buy shit. But it was like, again, fat cash. That it was real money. People were paying you because there were generous people, adults at the 4-H shows every year, and that's why they would buy your cow and then they'd have it butchered or whatever.
So that's pretty cool. I guess it's like an attempt to keep the whole farmstead, the whole American farm life alive.
Yeah, it is. It was a pretty cool thing, although I never got into it because I'm not a fucking farm kid.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma had a farm, and I like worked on it whenever I was young, like doing pretty shitty labor.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude.
And would you catch June bugs and fish for doodle bugs in the chicken yard, and
no.
At night you'd catch fireflies in a jar?
I wouldn't do that, Eric. That was my brother's job.
June bug on a July night, or
I remember one day, literally, the road up from like the highway to the barn, we spent the entire day just picking up the sharp rocks so they wouldn't puncture tires. The entire day, that's all we did, was pick up fucking rocks.
Sounds like
and
a
then
great time.
And then Gabe threw one to the bucket because he's like, oh, I'm cool, I can throw him in the bucket, and hit me right in the fucking head.
Fucking Gabe.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
That's like the time. That's like the time our sister Coco bonked you.
Oh yeah.
Was she like throw a coconut at your head?
No, it was
not from some kind of plan.
So we were at this place we used to vacation at in the summer, like a trailer park basically. We'd go there in the summer and like stay in this family friend's trailer. So we're there, we're outside. And Mike and our sister Jennifer, they had some kind of argument over like who owned a seat or something like that.
She got up, and I sat down on this chair, and she was like, I was sitting there, and I was just basically like, well, you got up, so now I'm sitting here.
So she got really upset and walked off down the road, and we were just like, okay, she's upset, but she's just going to calm down. And then we see her walking back towards us, and we're just kind of thinking like, okay, she's not angry anymore, and she's coming back. And then when she gets about 5 feet behind where Mike's sitting, she whips this nut at the back of his head, and it just thunks off the back of his skull. So she literally just walked away to find something to hit him with.
Yeah, she's a fucking so-and-so.
That was hilarious, though.
Yeah, I remember laughing about it like later, but at the time I was like, I am gonna kill a bitch.
Yeah, dude, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Like, it's like, I probably came off as an asshole, but it really was like, she got up, I sat down, I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, like, well, I'm sitting here now. I think I probably was like, oh, your name's not written on it. But, like,
yeah,
I don't know, if you stand up, like, and you look like you're gonna walk around or do something, then like, why can't I sat down?
You move your feet, you lose your seat.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly believe in that saying.
Well,
Yeah.
you got a nut to the back of your head.
I got a big old nut.
And not
to
the
back.
good kind of nut on the back of your head.
No, that's not that delicious nut. Okay, that's really gross. Well, we'll see you next time.
Wait, nutting on the back of the head's gross, but on their faces is fine?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to see a pretty chick's face?
Come on, you don't want to get jism like all up in like someone's hair.
Okay.
Is that hot,
right.
Garrett?
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks
Garrett,
for
tell
listening.
me, is that hot?
Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about
getting like a
what we talk about.
Big old rat's nest in your hair. Okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya.